For the last time, we welcome you to Damascus for the final game of this FIBA Olympic pre-qualifying tournament. One more chance for these Syrian fans at the Al Fayha Stadium to cheer on their team as host Syria take on Indonesia. The prize for the winners here is avoiding a bottom-placed finish. I'm Tim James Long. It's been my pleasure to be with you throughout this Asian Zone event. We've had some tremendous action here. The one available ticket to next year's Olympic qualifying tournaments taken yesterday by Bahrain, making short work of the rest of the competition. They have been the standout side here, finishing a perfect 5-0. A talented young team now ready for that historic trip next year ahead of Paris 2024. The games today have just been about playing for pride and places in the finalised standings. But for these Syria players, it's about more than that, as this war-torn country and decimated capital city gets a chance to break from reality and watch international basketball. The home team, like Indonesia, just 1-3 so far, had a 71-73 comeback win here on game day 2 against second-place finishers Saudi Arabia. That was this crowd's best experience, but otherwise they have struggled, losing by 11 to India, by 31 to tournament winners Bahrain, and yesterday by 15 to Kazakhstan. Well, they would love to end with one more win. You could say the same about Indonesia, who, after beating Kazakhstan by 9 in the first game, have now lost 3 in a row, by 16 to India, by 14 to Saudi Arabia, and yesterday by 23 to Bahrain. This is the last of 15 games at this event, the last of 3 today. We've already seen Bahrain beat India 79-66 to finish with a perfect record. And we've just seen Saudi Arabia secure second place with another 79-66 score, beating Kazakhstan. Indonesia being introduced first. Yuda Saputera over the first 3 games, 18 points and a tournament high 7 assists a game, but really disappointed yesterday. Mohamed Noor has been inconsistent but can be a scorer. Henrik Younger, the 21-year-old, got a bigger role yesterday, showed potential with 14 points and 7 rebounds. Marquise Bolden ranks first in blocks, second in points, third in rebounds and second in efficiency. He has a chance of finishing as the competition's top scorer. Anthony Erger, another role player who stepped up yesterday, 13 points and 3 assists for him. And as Bolden got a bit more help from the supporting cast. For Syria, Nadim Issa, the captain, struggling to score the last 2 games after 22 points a game the first 2. Brandon Peterson's picked it up though. 14 points, 8.3 rebounds over the last 3 games for him. Mashid Al-Bashir ranks joint 3rd in assists, 4.8 a game at the tournament. Kemal Chambolat at centre didn't play game 1. But over the last 3 games, he's averaged 10 points, 5.3 rebounds, and 3.3 assists a game. The 2 sets of players out on the court, and ahead of tip-off in this final game at this tournament, we'll pause for the 2 national anthems. Final chance for these Syrian fans in the capital, Damascus, to cheer their national anthem with pride, and a final chance for their team to try and get a win. They've only been able to celebrate 1 out of 4 potential wins at this competition. But Indonesia have the talent to deny them that positive finish and finish off the bottom of the group themselves. It is a battle to avoid bottom place, and they have been the 2 worst teams at the tournament, these two, at both 1 and 3, despite Marquise Bolden perhaps being the best player at the tournament. He's struggled for support. Saputera rather, the first 3 games was excellent, faded yesterday. It was a 1-2 combination for Indonesia the first 3 games. And Milos Pejic, the Serbian head coach, saw a few of his role players step up yesterday, but Saputera was on the periphery. And Bolden also was kept very quiet indeed by Wayne Chisholm in that defeat to Bahrain. For Syria, Nadim Issa could do with finding his shooting range again. Brandon Peterson's been a positive after a really tough start. Omar Idalbi, the hero of their 1 win, but hasn't been able to produce in the other 3 games. Javier Juarez, the head coach for Syria. I say they're the 2 worst teams in the competition. They rank in the bottom 2 for field goal percentage and for assists. Indonesia have the worst shooting accuracy from the floor. Syria have dished the fewest assists. And Indonesia have managed to rank 3rd in points. Syria dead last. Many of those points for Indonesia coming on the outside, given they are the worst team in terms of 2-point percentage. This is the best chance for these 2 sets of players to finish this tough tournament on a positive. The group then looks like this. Bahrain, top and winners, that much we knew yesterday even. They're now 5-0, having completed their schedule perfect. Saudi Arabia will finish 2nd at 3-2. Kazakhstan 3rd at 2-3. India 4th at 2-3. And these 2 both aiming to finish 2-3. Would then be a 3-way tie for 2nd. The losers of this one would finish 6th. It'll be interesting to see who goes up against Marquise Bolden. Brandon Peterson, perhaps the best combination of size and mobility to get in Bolden's way. Kemal Chambalat, option centre for Syria as well. On the 2m20, El Hamwi has had limited time, but he has performed when he's been given moments on the floor. Really important for Syria to get a win. Nadim Issa finds the target again. 22 points per game the first 2 games on superb shooting. Only 4 points per game the last 2. Syrian fans making some noise. Numbers have diminished the longer this competition has gone on. They came in with high hopes that they could be the difference makers and perhaps lead Syria as a 6th man to next year's Olympic qualifying tournaments. It's not turned out that way. The most loyal supporters remain. Of course, the first 2 games were at the weekend as well, which helped. Chambalat, Syria looking for the first score. He's guarded by Bolden. Oh, it's good. Dalby, who couldn't buy a bucket yesterday, and has really struggled in every game, apart from the Game 2 win, in which he played the game of his life. Saputera, who struggled yesterday. Bolden for 3, no. And Bolden, of course, who struggled yesterday. The first 3 games of this tournament, Bolden an average 28 points, 9.3 rebounds and 3.7 block shots. As Issa, right on cue, knocks down the 3, and that's what I was talking about. They need Nadim Issa as an extra option on the offense. And he finds his range early on after the tough time of the last 2 games. 3-pointer off the mark for Satrio. Satrio's played as a regular, but he gets the start here, and he's now 1 of 11 from the field in the tournament. Entry pass Chambolat, bringing Bolden out to the perimeter. Just going back to Bolden, superb those first 3 games. Yesterday, up against Wayne Chisholm, he was held to only 9 points on 4 of 16 shooting. Also missed his only free throw, limited to 7 rebounds and 1 block. So it will be interesting to see how he responds here. Brandon Peterson scores, and Syria start with his 7-0 surge. Saputera taking on the role of the main ball handler today. Didn't do that as much yesterday, having done it the first 3 games. Strange yesterday, he pulls up for the 2 here and misses it. Rebound Chambolat. What a start this could be for Syria if they can score again. Remember, the worst offensive team in the competition. Chambolat. It's a perfect 10 out of 10 start. Ooh, toes on the line, so make it a 9. But they'll take it here in Damascus. 2.5 minutes in. A 9-point unanswered run for the hosts. And Indonesia really ruffled. We'll turn it over again. Indonesia have started 0 of 3 from the field and with 2 turnovers. Syria without a turnover, a perfect 4 of 4 from the floor. Brandon Peterson draws a foul on Juan Coco de Putra. Dalby to inbound. Peterson really growing into this role in the team. An underarm scoop and score for Nadim Issa. 5 quick-fire points for him. Remember, over the last 2 games, he'd averaged just 4 points a game. That was on 3 of 13 shooting. Now 2 of 2 today for 5 points. Rediscovering the form of the first 2 games, the captain. Bolden gets the shooters bobble, bounce and roll. Gets his first score. Indonesia have fans here as well who've been very vocal, a small group of them, but they've been making themselves heard across the course of the tournament. So this will be an interesting affair in terms of the atmosphere. The first time at the tournament that we've had 2 opposing sets of fans trying to drown each other out. Indonesia have stopped the rock through Bolden. Saputera, the drive and dish, and the triple for Mohamed Nur. Similar situation for Nur as it is with Issa for Syria, a player who can become the 3rd scoring option on the offensive end, but has been inconsistent at the tournament. Mohamed Nur has been very up and down, the 24-year-old shooting guard. Peterson. Here's Issa. Backing in Claude. Issa, nice bit of footwork, step through, misses the shot. No, he gets the bounce. It's Issa's day. And a day they're determined to enjoy. 7 points for Nadim Issa in the first 4 minutes. Syria by 8. Nur, Bolden, up against Chambolat. Puts it on the floor, wants to take on his opposing centre. Fade away, falls for Bolden. rediscovering his groove. Syria scored the first 11 points here, but since then, a 7-2 run in favour of Indonesia. Chambolat going up against Koko Diputra. 3-point shots. Way wide of the basket from Hidalbi. Nur to the far side. And a three. And the retaliation for their team continues. An 11-0 run for Syria, followed by a 10-2 run for Indonesia. Chambolat. Arbasha, one of the best creators in the competition thus far. Running some turbulence through the paint, and will go to the line for two. Rashid Arbasha, the 33-year-old veteran who's averaging 4.8 assists a game. Also joint third in the tournament in steals with 1.8. Shooting scoring 13.3 points per game. Good shooting, including 79% at the line. Also shooting 46% on the perimeter. Syria trying to kill the Indonesian comeback, up by 5. $15 points in the first 5 minutes of the game for the worst offense in the competition. And blocked off by Chambolat. Syria continuing their super start with a bit of defense that time, and Issa gets down the baseline. He's got 9 points in 5.5 minutes. Nadim Issa. Syria only averaging 69.3 points per game at the tournament. They've got 17 inside 4 minutes, inside 6 minutes, I beg your pardon. A chance to add 2 more at the strike for Hidalbi. Indonesia really have come off the rails. With that positive win in game 1. Facing the prospect of 4 straight defeats to finish. They're trailed by 9 here. They're also in foul trouble. The next one will take them to the limit. Nur. In the orbit of Chambolat. 3-pointer knocked down by Koko Diputra, who scored 10 points in that game 1 win, but he's averaged just 4 points since. Chambolat. Issa just feeling it. Not this time. He's already got 9 points in the quarter. That's his first miss. Tasia. Koko Diputra, Bolden, up against Chambolat, goes behind the back, help defense, takes it away, now 2-on-1, fast break, athletic Hidalbi, switches and scores. Would love to have gone up to dunk that, but onto his left to make sure the job is done. 6 points now for Hidalbi. He's had 1 great game and 3 poor games so far, and Bolden gets inside to answer back with aggression. A quick give and go. Chambolat up in the air, out of position. Bolden up to the rack. Outside shot, short from Arbasha. Awkward looking fast break and a turnover on Anthony Erga. Indonesia not taking care of the ball here. That's a key part of the difference. Just one turnover for Syria, 5 now for Indonesia. Al-Basha, Chambola, the big man shoots the 3. Tipped back by Peterson to Al-Basha and a foul. And that will take Indonesia to the limit and Syria to the line. And that disparity in the turnover count means that Indonesia have taken, or rather Syria have taken 2 extra shots from the field. They also take their 5th and 6th free throw attempts, with Indonesia yet to get to the line. The mark from Azri. Splits the pair, so 7 is the Syria lead. Tasia to the far side, 3-point shots, rims out. Tasia quick to catch up with it, but trapped in the corner. Options left and right in transition. They work it beautifully on the bounce pass, but what a chase back rejection to take it away by Anthony Erga. The pass was perfect, but the focus from Erga, who didn't give up on the course. Nasri to the far side. Oh, some nice movement in the Syrian offense. This is the best offensive quarter of the competition for them. 5 assists with just 1 turnover, 8 of 13 shooting. 22 points with still 96 seconds to play and getting to the line on a regular basis. Azri split the pair a few moments ago, and does so again, but they get the offensive rebound. And 23 is the Syrian tally. It's an 8-point lead now. 8 left on the shot clock here. Let's see the Syrian fans and the Indonesian fans enjoying themselves so much. Offensive rebound, the miss though. And Bolden eventually protects their backboard. Tasia. Guntur. He's had some nice moments. Bolden. Stick to and foul. Being naturalised in 2021, Marquis Bolden has really taken to finding a home away from home in Indonesia. Helped them win their first ever gold medal at the 2022 Southeast Asia Games. Joining the country the same year as Serbian head coach Miloš Pajic. Led the team to that gold, and these fans certainly welcome Bolden as one of their own. He's shot a series of documentary vlogs about adapting to a new country, about Indonesian society and life in the capital, Jakarta, and on the islands. Adribi turns it over. Bolden so far today, 8 points in as many minutes, but also a couple of turnovers. Should finish as top scorer in the tournament because Mustafa Rashid, who was leading the way at the start of play today, had a reduced output in Bahrain's win. Took his average down. Bolden currently the top scorer, having started the day second. He's certainly going to be first in block shots. He's averaging 3 a game. Wayne Chisholm finishing on 2.6. So actually Bolden maybe could reduce the average if he didn't block any shots here, but there goes Anthony Erger. Final seconds of the first, Syria's lead cut to 4 here. Hidalbi twisting and turning, not finding room for the shot, finding the pass though. Is there time? Mid-ranger, not accurate enough. At the end of the first, still a positive first for Syria, even if the offense stopped moving in the final minute and a half of it. They finished with 23 points and lead Indonesia by 4 at the end of 1. Indonesia 19, Syria 23 here in Damascus. Second in that regard behind Saudi Arabia centre Mohamed Al Suwailem. It's way behind at the moment. Bolden would need a huge game here to be better than Al Suwailem, who's been so consistent, not had a bad game all tournament. Bolden would need a 44 efficiency to finish as the top player in that regard. I'm not sure what weighting is given deciding the MVP to the team that have won it. So often it's a player from the winning side, and if that is the case, well, they're not short of contenders, Bahrain. Wayne Chisholm third in efficiency, Mustafa Rashid fourth, and Muzamil Hamouda fifth. Bahrain 3 of the top 5 players in the tournament. Embellishing the point that they have been a wonderful team with lots of options entertaining us here in Damascus. Start of the second quarter, Syria by 4, led by as many as 11 when they scored the first 11 points of the game. Leaning forward, 3 is good. Nadim Issa set his radar right tonight. Issa up to 12 points on 5 of 6 shooting, including 2 threes. Syria up by 7. Guntura is found. Also got 2 steals already, Nadim Issa. And 2 assists. So far, Syria's top performer so far, despite having a couple of minutes break. Mohamed Guntura, full of fight at the tournament. He's averaged 19 minutes a game, 7.8 points, 4.3 rebounds, 0.8 steals. Shot the ball fairly well from the perimeter, but struggled on the interior. And misses both of his free throws, and Syria a chance to extend this 7-point lead. Basha high over Bolden, beating the competition's best shot blocker. Lead back to 9 for Syria, 1 minute into the second quarter. Bolden lost it, and so too did his opponent. Tough to take for Syria and Hani Adribi. Tasia called for a travel, will turn it over. That's 6 turnovers for Indonesia now. Idalbi, second top scorer for Syria with 6 points. A little shake and bake dribble. Chambolat, Idalbi, guarded by a 21-year-old Yonga, who sticks with him, but Idalbi still gets the job done. 8 points for Idalbi. In the mood for another one of those evenings. Syria tie the largest lead at 11. And Bolden blows it close to the basket, taking it at Chambolat. So a chance for the out-and-out largest lead here, which could force a timeout. And Chambolat goes through the paint to score. Syria lead by 13. No timeouts just yet for Indonesia. Tasia. Force back is Yonga. Guntura, he'll attack and score. Slicing through the paint. Pressure, bringing the ball on the floor. Just the 1 assist so far. Nadi Nisa now has 3. Al-Basha working with Chambolat. Left-hand layup good to beat Bolden. Syria leading by 13 points. Guntura threatens the 3, clings onto it. Tasia. Indonesia having plenty of problems here. Guntura. I said he'd been a decent 3-point shooter. That will take him up to around 40% now in the competition. They've got to get back on defense. Bolden protects his backboard. And then attacks the basket at the other end and gets fouled from multiple angles. So we'll see if this is where the Indonesian comeback starts, having trailed by 13. A chance for Bolden to move on to double figures. He had a 40-point performance in the Game 1 win. Getting less impactful through the tournament, but still very impactful. Even a bad day, Marquise Bolden is a good performance by anybody else's standards. Certainly on the Indonesia team, and even across this tournament. More than 9 points now as he splits that pair. And 9 is the gap, 3.5 minutes into the second quarter. Al-Basha working with Chambolat. Al-Basha back inside, passes around Bolden, a little up fake, far side, David Hearns. Can't convert. David Hearns is an important addition, 21-year-old power forward born in Stockholm. Had a high school career in Florida, a college career in Iowa. Bolden for 3. Offensive rebound, back in. Anthony Erga, 23-year-old for Indonesia, who stepped up yesterday. Quick play down the floor, and the score for Nadi Nisa. So Issa now has 14 points. Syria keep on scoring, keep on holding Indonesia at arm's length. 9 the lead. Gunter at 3 again. 2 triples for Mohamed Gunter. Six the margin. Gunter finding his range. That's one of his down as a 2 and then tearing through. Kemal Chambolat. Now the box score just late to update, so Gunter now has 8 points, a 2-pointer and 2 threes. He's the second top scorer for Indonesia behind the 9 of Bolden. Look at this from Chambolat. Just get out of the way. Syria by 8. Across the midway point of the second quarter. Saputera dropping it off for Laguna to do the rest. Laguna's only played 7 minutes a game at this tournament. And the backup centres. So Bolden on the bench right now as Indonesia close the gap to 6. Syria will turn it over. And their 3rd turnover of the game. They're also in foul trouble. No more left to give. Saputera gets it back, pulls the trigger on the perimeter, misses. He's looked like a different player the last 2 days. He's one of the best players in the tournament the first 3 game days. Al-Basha out to the corner. 3-point shot, Sheikh Ali, short. Rebounds Gunter. Chance for Indonesia to make it a 1-possession game, or close the gap to 4 perhaps. Bounce pass out to the corner, ball movement around the perimeter. Gunter passes up the 3. And then misses by a long way mid-range. Syria, time and time again in transition, quick offense, not allowing the Indonesian defense to set. They've done that very well, Javier Juarez's team so far today. 6 fast break points to 1 in their favour thus far. 11 points to 5 on turnovers in favour of Syria. And forced 6 turnovers on Indonesia and capitalised on them. And they've got Omar Sheikh Ali at the line. On average 3 minutes a game the first 3 games. Expected to be a key player, the veteran here, but then got 27 minutes yesterday. 4.6 rebounds, but he struggled to shoot 1 of 6 from the field, and today misses both of his free throws. Nur will go to the line for 2. Talk about Mohamed Nur's inconsistent scoring. 14 points in game 1, 4 of 7 3-point shooting. Then 5 points in game 2, 1 of 6 3-point shooting. 11 points in game 3, 3 of 6 shooting. And then yesterday, 5 points on 1 of 6 3-point shooting. If the pattern's to continue, he's due a good game, but he misses the free throw. They get it back on the offensive rebound, and he puts it in from the elbow instead. And Indonesia are back within 1 possession. And Nur is up to 6 points, 4 assists, and 0 turnovers. Timeout Syria.
The 5 stay out the free throws. You start building the new basketball. The 5 stay out. Amen. We can show that when pass inside or finish inside or basketball inside. Omar. It's possible, don't lose rebound in free throws. And over 5 stay different rebound. Or when you a new basket. Come on, hey, 3 minutes more, okay?
Great foul to give, be aggressive on opening pass, understand? Big man, be aggressive on the big man pass.
A tight game with 3.5 minutes of the first half to play. The prize of avoiding bottom place at this event on the line. Indonesia coming from 11 down on a couple of occasions. Coming from 13 down on this latest run to close the gap to 3 points. Syria at the foul limit already in the second quarter as well. A timeout called by Javier Juarez to try and stem the flow of the Indonesian comeback. Brandon Peterson, let's see what they've got off the back of the timeout as he directs traffic from the perimeter. Entry into Chambolat, undersized lineup for Indonesia right now. Chambolat trying to make the most of it, kicks it out to the hot hand. Not this time for Nadim Issa, who leads all scorers on 14 points. Saputera, Nur. See what this small ball lineup can do on offense for Indonesia. Nothing is the answer. Issa. Peterson calling for it. Well, defense came across, missed it, and Peterson punished the mistake. He throws it down, and Syria lead by 5. A really impressive response from Brandon Peterson to a nightmare night on game day 1. At home was an important piece of the Syrian puzzle ever since. Well, batted away from him this time though. A risky pass from Omar Dalby. Peterson was calling for it. Saputera, quick change of direction. That's the kind of play we saw the first 3 games from Yuda Saputera. Averaged 18 points in a tournament high 7 assists, as well as 1.7 steals the first 3 games. Shot 55% from 2 and 42% from 3. And then yesterday, put up just 6 points, and 3 of 8 shooting, 1 assist. It's his first score today on his 4th attempt. He does have 3 assists and a steal. Peterson showing a bit of range with the long 2 over the top of Bolden. Syria by 5, 3-point shot Gunter, having hit a couple of them in this quarter. Rebound Bolden, takes it back at Peterson and gets payback. Bolden closing in on top scorer honours in this tournament, now has 11 points. Final minute and a half, Dalby to the far side. 3-point shot for Issa, back-to-back misses for him. The hot streak comes to an end, and Indonesia looking to get within 1, tough shot. But the rebound, loose ball grabbed on the far side. Nur up to 9 points now. Cheered on by the Indonesian fans. Indonesia from 13 down within 1. A high-scoring first half for these 2 teams by their previous standards. Final minute of it. Bolden beats Peterson to the board. And Indonesia can try and completely come back here before half-time. Yuda Saputera off to Bolden, puts it on the floor and hammers it home to emphatically complete the comeback from 13 down. A huge roar from the Indonesian section here in Syria. Peterson missing and then a whistle. And Bolden now just 4 points away from confirming his place as this competition's top scorer. Ploughing his way through the paint that time. Foul on the three. He's earned that, Nadim Issa, with his shooting early on today. Now the timeout before Nadim Issa takes 3 free throws. Syria trailing by 1, 25.9 seconds to play in the first half.
Box out first. Box out. 8 seconds to go. You can change. You can change. Like 8. Hand off. You and you. And you. 8 seconds. Yuda, we play short 1. Side of 5. 4 diving. 5 slip. Huh?
Hey, listen. Follow and Bolden, because Bolden play pick and pop. Okay? One and follow and wait for pick and pop. Okay? Sure. The last switch. Amen. You can understand that play inside. When pass you can finish, but not at the moment. Why you let's go.
So closing moments of the first half in the final game of this pre-Olympic qualifying tournament here in Damascus. An entertaining final game. Syria up by 11. Closed down by Indonesia, then up by 13. A lead overturned by Indonesia, who lead 43-42, but Nadim Issa, the hosts' top scorer, at the strike for 3. He's rediscovered his mojo, Nadim Issa. 22 points across the first 2 games on average. He was 100% from 2 and 39% from 3. And just 4 points per game the last 2 games, shooting 3 of 13. Now he's got 17 points in this half. He goes to the bench. Syria by 2. Just a couple of seconds differential, so Indonesia, if they play their cards right, might be able to create the final shot of the first half. Maybe for a tie, maybe for a lead. Yuda Saputera going through the gears to the basket for the tie, beats the buzzer. Or rather gets fouled on his way through. There's a timeout. Final 6 seconds of the second, no foul, 45-45. So a chance for Syria to draw up the final play.
I want that you put one different man-to-man. I want that you put one different man-to-man in your Instagram, not only in office, okay? And you're wrong. You can put one time, one offense. Attack, please, invite. Honey, out. We take 5 seconds, okay? Omar, you put the ball. Okay?
Now play like this. Hey, this is your position. Three quarter. Hey, press the ball here. Inbound. This defender. Inbound defender. Sprint. Here. Understand? Full sprint there. Okay?
So Nadim Issa would be the obvious option He'd only briefly been on the bench, comes back in. And then Peterson has performed well too. He's got 6 points, only missing one shot. Each of those 17 points. They've got to travel the full length of the floor here, Syria, in around 6 seconds. And Dalby can certainly fly forward with it. He's going to inbound first, may get it back. So Abasha who brings it forward though. Time for the touch pass, time for the three. But not on target from Abasha. So an entertaining, high-scoring first half in this final game here. Finishes dead even. Syria having led by 13 points. They scored the first 11 points of the game. But at half-time, it's Indonesia 45, Syria 45. Indonesia led by the 13 points and 5 rebounds of Marquise Bolden, who's 5 of 8 from the field, 3 of 4 at the line. They've had 8 points apiece from Mohamed Nur, along with 4 rebounds and 4 assists, and 8 points from Gunter, 7 from Anthony Erger. Syria with captain Nadim Issa leading all scorers on 17 points, 6 of 10 shooting, including a couple of threes. 3 of 3 at the foul line as well. 5 assists, 2 steals and 0 turnovers. It's been an excellent all-round performance from Issa. And they've got 8 points each from Omari Dalby and Kemal Chambolat, the centre, who's also got 4 rebounds and 4 assists, along with a blocked shot. And this big dunk. That wasn't the dunk, but he has thrown it down, travelling to the basket, as has Bolden on a couple of occasions. It's an intriguing battle of the heavyweights. Both teams shooting well. I should expect a high-scoring half. 57% shooting for Indonesia, 52% for Syria, for the 2 worst shooting teams in the tournament until today. Syria a possession advantage because they've only committed 4 turnovers, but after 5 in the first quarter, Indonesia limited their turnovers to just 1 in the second quarter. So they have closed the gap in that regard, and that part of why they were able to close the 13-point gap on the scoreboard. There is the dunk from Chambolat. Now 20 minutes to go for these 2 teams to try and celebrate one final win at this tournament and avoid bottom spot. Half-time, Indonesia 45, Syria 45. The second half coming your way shortly. Welcome back to the Al-FIBA Stadium in Damascus, Syria. Ready to go all the way through to the finish now in the last of 15 games at this event over the course of 6 days. And we're finishing with an enjoyable one. Indonesia and Syria tied at 45-45 at half-time. Syria team that have averaged only 69.3 points before this last day, with 45 at the half. Well above Indonesia's average as well. They came in averaging 77.3. They've come from 13 down in this one for the half-time tie. Did briefly have a 1-point lead off the back of that 13-point deficit, but otherwise they've been trailing since the first score, when they conceded the first 11 points of the game. They've led for 15 seconds. They will have a chance to get themselves back ahead, though, with the opening possession of the third quarter. Just their second lead of the game. Holding the handoff to Saputera. It was all about those two the first 3 games, and they combine again here, and Bolden puts it in, and Indonesia lead. Bolden, the top scorer for Indonesia, now 2 points away from being the tournament's top scorer. Chambolat turned over to Bolden. Saputera, 4 points, 4 assists for him so far here. Looking for another assist as they work it around the perimeter. Nice ball movement, and the 3 for Indonesia. A 5-0 start to the second half for them. Excellent offensive display from Indonesia continues. Syria want to get going here in the second half. Chambolat lost the handle on it. Now it's an opportunity for a quick attack for Nur. Draws the foul on Obasha. So Nur at the line, a chance to become the second Indonesian scorer to double figures, behind Bolden's 15 points. He's had an excellent all-round display so far. Only 3 of 5 at the line, though. Can he recover to hit the next one? He can. But it remains a 2-possession game. 9 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists and a steal for Mohamed Nur. Oh, lovely pass and move inside, and then the point of appreciation from Issa for the assist for Idalbi. Issa continues to score. The leading scorer in this game now has 19. So his first score of the third quarter took a minute and a half. Ball movement around the perimeter again. Here goes Yonga. Too much on it, but Bolden will help out the youngster by putting it back. And what a way to confirm his place as the tournament's top scorer, Marquise Bolden. 17 points enough to secure that accolade. But I'm sure there'll be a few more to come over the next 18 minutes. Maybe starting here. Points in less than 18 minutes on court for Bolden. 6 rebounds and a steal. Indonesia by 7 now, having trailed by 13. A 20-point swing. Foul and 1 for Nadim Issa, who can't stop scoring. The captain coming to the fore on the final game day for Syria. 21 points now for Issa. 5 assists as well, 2 steals. And a chance to add one to his points tally from the strike. Well, he can stop scoring because he misses the free throw. That's his first miss at the strike in the game, having previously been 3 of 3. He's 8 of 12 from the field. Syria might be able to get more points off the back of that missed and one, though. Getting the ball back, but then losing it. Quick release down the floor. And a flash of a finish, not allowing the opportunity for any kind of chase back. No. Indonesia by 7. Chambolat pings it into Asri, who misses. Peterson determined to power it home. The whistle had gone already, though. Dalby into Chambolat. He's momentarily free, far side. Chambolat looking to post and pass. Look, the touch pass is pinging it around the paint, but Peterson blocked off. It's all about love for the game now, and the will to win. And the will to avoid last place of the tournament. And for these players, the will to give the vocal, passionate fans something to cheer. He's turned up in support of both again. The two most well-supported nations at the tournament, of course, Syria as host, but Indonesia with their travelling contingent, and they've only been able to celebrate one win each, these two nations. Peterson puts it in from distance. 8 points now for Brandon Peterson. Five the gap. Saputera can't convert, but will go to the line for 2. Finally, even after his off day yesterday and his relatively slow day today as well, if you can ever call him slow, Saputera still 7th in the tournament in points and 2nd in assists. Trying to get these from the foul line. Only 2 of 6 from the field today. This is his first trip to the line. And he makes them both. He has got 5 assists, 2 steals and just 1 turnover. Here's Asri. Peterson. Little jab step, shooting over the top of Bolden, short. And Indonesia looking to stretch their advantage here with Saputera fast down the floor. Checks back, working with Bolden. Nice footwork, balancing the baseline, kick to the corner, big 3, hits the bottom of the net. And Indonesia from 13 down, lead by 10. Timeout Syria.
But we need to come back and play more defense.
A little bit defense. We are bigger than them.
But you can play or not because you stay in the middle of the court. Go to the offensive rebound. Come on, man. Go. Easy. Come on.
يلا شباب يلا ديفنس
Syria coach Javier Juarez not happy with the defense. Indonesia winning this quarter 16-6 so far. Came in as the worst shooting team in the competition. But here today, 65% from two-point range and now 54% from three, as they take their first double-digit lead, and doing so from 13 down. 16 points in around 3.5 minutes at the start of the second half. They have, however, just picked up their 4th foul already in this quarter. Any further fouls from their defense will send Syria to the line for the next 6 minutes and 17 seconds. Rashid Al-Bashir ready to inbound. Peterson. Chamberlain wanting it. You heard the coach saying, we're the bigger team. And working around here. The floater won't go down. Chamberlain helps it to his teammate. Al-Bashir puts it in at the second attempt. And his second field goal of the day, Rashid Al-Bashir. 8 the gap. Saputera bypasses Bolden. 3-point shot right on the money from Mohamed Nur. He's rediscovered his range. Mohamed Nur up to 14 points. And Bolden has more for Indonesia. Chamberlain, Peterson will look for a long 2 again, too short this time. Indonesia a chance to stretch the advantage still further. And attacking and getting fouled on his flight path, Marquise Bolden, a chance to hit 20 points as he goes to the line for 2. It is already now their largest lead at 11. Bolden will look to stretch it from the stroke. There's 4 of 5 there so far, as well as 7 of 10 from the field today. The rest of the team, apart from Mohamed Nur, have struggled at the line. Bolden makes both with the help of the rim and has 20 points for the game. Indonesia have come from 13 down to 13 ahead. The hosts' hopes of signing off with a win diminishing here in Damascus. Issa, Peterson, Issa. That's the most likely catalyst for a comeback, but Peterson will take it at Bolden, who gets up to deny him. Marquise Bolden, big at both ends of the floor right now. It's 2 block shots to go along with the 20 points. And Indonesia have the bit between their teeth now with 15 minutes to play. Syria also at the foul limit. And for the first time in the game, Abdul Wahab Al-Hamwi comes in for Syria, the 2'20" centre. 7'3" if you prefer. Coach Juarez hoping that can provide a different dynamic to get the team on the comeback trail. They are trailing by 15 with 15 minutes to play. Hamwi's going to inbound the ball. Key player in game 1, 12.7 rebounds, 3 assists and a block. Syria were +6 with him on the court. And strangely, after that, didn't play much until yesterday, when he put up 7 points, 3 rebounds and a block in 14 minutes. They were +7 with him on the court yesterday. So they're hoping for a similar impact. Here he is now, up against Bolden. 2 bigs, and Bolden not budging. His 3rd block of the game, then leading the fast break. Touch pass, 3-point shot, rims out. They turn it right back over Syria. Careless right now. Bolden passes on the responsibility on the perimeter. Saputera. Oh, it's lazy defending and punished on the perimeter by Guntura over the top of Al-Hamwi. And Indonesia are now running away with it, up by 18 points. It's been a dominant third period. And Bolden has been the main protagonist of it. He's going to win top scorer honours. He's going to be the top blocker at the tournament as well now. Shutting down Al-Hamwi for his third block of the game, his second of this quarter. Peterson. Al-Hamwi will take it from the strike, misses. Bolden just 2 rebounds away from a double-double as well. Final 3 minutes of the third. Guntura to the far side. Turnaround 3 for him in the corner, and he got it, and everything is going down for Indonesia to sign off in style. It was a close game for the vast majority until the past few minutes, and now Indonesia lead by 21.
What is possible say? Go free and you stay here, please. You can explain because your man came here, someone help, and pass. Thank you. I say go free and you press. And when you stay man to man, you down.
Hey, mid post to him is pretty dangerous. Okay, only safe pass.
This is a 29-8 third quarter. The Indonesian offense getting better and better. 45 first half points was good. 29 third quarter points with still 3 minutes of the period to play. Now by the 20 of Bolden, he's on the bench. Guntura and Nur both on the floor have 14 each. That was Indonesia's last foul to give in the quarter. Al-Hamwi using his huge frame to back down his opponent and put the 5th foul on Indonesia, so he will go to the line. He's their top scorer, top rebounder, top offensive rebounder, top shot blocker at the Asia Cup last year, the 33-year-old. I'm not sure why he's not played as much here. They do have Brandon Peterson as a new player. And Kemal Chambolat, who didn't play at the Asia Cup, so there's more depth in those front court positions, but still Al-Hamwi hasn't had much game time. .20 the margin, 12.5 to play. Saputera for 3. Still can't rediscover his shooting rhythm. Al-Basha, 3-pointer, good for Mashid Al-Basha. A little bit of hope for Syria as they close the gap to 17. That's enough, cause for concern for Indonesian head coach Milos Pajic to call the timeout.
situation. Okay?
I think you are too close here.
If we take the dribble, we'll be fouled. Okay, gonna be fouled. Okay, be careful, be careful. You see like that? Baseline is open. Not drive to baseline. Okay, let's go, guys. Read 2-3 or 1-2-2. Read.
Come on, let's go. Come on. 3, 1, 2, 3.
Still plenty of time in this game, but it would have to be a huge Syrian comeback. Having trailed in this quarter by as many as 21 points, they're within 17, 12 and a bit minutes to play. They did come from 13 down to beat Saudi Arabia in their only win at this tournament so far. In front of their supporters here in the capital, they will not wave the white flag. Indonesia will look to get the offense moving again. Off back of the timeout, it's rarely stuttered. Stuttering step though from Erga, turning it over. Transition opportunity, big if it goes, and it does on the flying fantastic follow from Hidalbi. A 21-point deficit becomes 15. Hidalbi crashing the glass and scoring again. And he produces numbers, Syria win. That's the story of the tournament for him. One great game, 3 poor games, now having a good game. Syria still have so much to do. Hidalbi up to 10 points on 4 of 6 shooting, 2 offensive rebounds, 2 assists, and 1 block shot. Syria at the foul limit now, though, as well, makes the ability to continue the comeback tougher for the next 100 seconds at least. Bolden to the line. A little bit of hope. You can feel the hope stirring around this stadium. Bolden hits the second, has 21 points, lead all scorers, 16 the margin. A minute and a half to play. Al-Hamwi up against Bolden, trying to pass it inside, turns it over. Al-Hamwi a little bit too casual from the big man. Gunter, Bolden back out. A couple of scores down the stretch of this quarter for Indonesia, would kill the comeback before the final period. Bolden trying to wriggle free, offensive foul. Looking unlikely now that he can finish as the best player at the tournament in terms of average efficiency. He needed to have a 43 in this game. He's on 24. A very, very good game, but not the great game that was needed. Nadim Issa is actually the game's leader in efficiency at 28 for him. He's got 21 points, 7 assists. Here he's on the ball now. Issa yet to turn it over as well. Al-Basha, underarm left-hander, tough, wants help from the official and doesn't get it. And the points have dried up again for Syria now after that scoring spurt that gave them cause for optimism. They've dried up for Indonesia in a quarter at which they've scored at will. Remember, it was 29 points this quarter with 3 minutes to play. It's now only 30 points and 39 seconds to play, but they'll go to the line for 2. Despite that little Syrian surge over the last 2.5 minutes, it has been an Indonesian-owned quarter. Ventura with the first, and shot fairly well at the line. Behind the 7 of 9 for Bolden. Lead back to 18. 74% free throw shooting for the team. Al-Hamwi this time takes more care with the pass. Issa got it down one. Fouled from both sides. Nadim Issa having a night. Syria on 61 points now, the score late to update. Issa with 23 of them, more than a third of the team's points. Can add one more here. Well, he misses. They had the second chance opportunity to make it even better than three-point play, but couldn't take it. Nominal differential between shot clock and game clock, so Indonesia looking to hold it for the final shot. Saputera working with Bolden. Nice pass out to the three-point shooter, wide open. Erga misses. Al-Hamwi almost had the rebound ripped away by Bolden, but that will do it for the third. A third quarter in which Indonesia scored 32 points and blew this game open. They lead by 16, 77-61, ahead of the final 10 minutes of this tournament. Biggest quarter of their tournament, Indonesia, looking to make it their biggest offensive performance. They did put up 91 points in their one victory on game day one against Kazakhstan. Since then, it's 3 straight defeats, scoring 74, 72, and 72 again. Well, here they've got 77 already. Shot 65% from 2. 10 threes at 50%. Bolden leading the charge with 21 points, 8 rebounds, 3 block shots and a steal. Issa, though, the game's top scorer. The Syrian captain with 23 points, 7 assists, 2 steals and 0 turnovers. Also has the highest efficiency in the game. Looks increasingly likely, however, that Syria will finish bottom of the tournament that they've hosted here. They will always have Saudi Arabia. They will always have game day 2. What a night that was at the FIBA Stadium here in Damascus. Coming from 13 down and from 8 down in the final quarter to win it late on in dramatic fashion. Start of the final quarter, Syria down 16 with the ball. Everybody involved in the tournament will due a well-deserved break come the end of this quarter. Travel called and a turnover. For all of the teams here, it's been 5 games in the space of 6 days. Everybody working on it, 3 games a day. And 5 of those 6 games, it's been the most intense of the 5 pre-Olympic qualifying tournaments taking place across the globe due to the withdrawal of Korea and Chinese Taipei, which made it a shorter tournament. Fewer teams, but as many games as was originally planned. And then 3 days fewer than was originally planned. Offensive rebound, Syria. They search for the first score of the final quarter. Here's Al-Hamwi, who will stuff it. And Bolden knew not to even challenge that one. 14 the margin. They'll be determined here in this arena to cheer everything they can down the final stretch. Whether there's any chance of the win or not. Too long Guntura, they need the rebound. Issa gets it. Hidalbi down the floor as well. Stop and pop 3, Issa short. And over the baseline, Indonesia ball. There's a big first half. In terms of the attack for Syria, 45 points, way above expectations and statistics from the previous 4 games, but back to old ways in the third quarter, just 16 points in the period. They turn it on one final time in the fourth to make it interesting. Al-Hamwi into Arbasha, misses, Bolden protects the backboard. Now 1 rebound away from the double-double, Marquise Bolden. Here he is on the trail, puts it on the floor, threatening the 3, then through the paint, too long on the floater. Long pass down the floor, but running out of room. Was only had 3B, but he got fouled. This one of 5 pre-Olympic qualifying tournaments. This one for the Asian zone. There's 1 in the Americas, 1 in Africa, and 2 in Europe. The other 4 still to be concluded. Semi-finals to come tomorrow. Finals at the weekend. 3-point shot, Al-Hamwi rims out. So focus will turn to Argentina, Nigeria, Turkey, and the event in Poland and Estonia. Lots of semi-finals tomorrow night. And then a rest day before the all-important finals on Sunday to decide who goes to next year's Olympic qualifying tournaments. But this one, we knew as early as yesterday it would be Bahrain to represent the Asian zone teams. And those who didn't qualify for this summer's World Cup, Bahrain getting that extra ticket by winning this competition and doing so today with a perfect 5-0 record. Slow burner of the fourth quarter. Just 2 points scored in it so far from Syria. And the longer we go into it, with not much happening, the bigger chance Indonesia have of winning the game. The clock is not Syria's friend. Bolden looking to volley his way to the basket. Saputera for 3. Still no score in this quarter for Indonesia. Dalby. Arbasha working with Chambalot. And then getting fouled. Second foul on Indonesia. The basket won't count, to the frustration of these fans. Nine points for Mashid Arbasha today, but only on 3 of 10 shooting. Only 2 assists. 2 steals as well, 0 turnovers. He's been the main playmaker for them in the tournament, but today it's been Nadim Issa, the captain, the main scorer and the main playmaker. 23.7 assists. Here is Issa. Can he fire them back into contention? Chambalot will throw it down with the Statue of Liberty dunk after Issa drew the double on the exterior. 12 the margin. They've scored the only 4 points of the quarter so far, Syria. Tasia tipped away. Can they save it? Oh, what a save. Running into the front row and flying but not finishing. Dalby blows it. And his teammate Adribi can't help him out. Well, that might be the tipping point in Indonesia's favour. Imagine the momentum that would have been built from that Syria score. The doggedness and diligence and desire on defence to chase it off the court into the front row. And what a remarkable finish it could have been for Omari Dalby, but he couldn't convert. That would have ignited the atmosphere and closed the gap to 10. Instead, it's 12 and Bolden's at the strike to try and extend it. It was a technical hit by Marquise Bolden, who does now have the double-double. He's grabbed his 10th rebounds in this quarter, to go along with 3 blocks and 22 points. In fact, 23 now. So 11 is the lead. Chance to make it a single-digit game. Dalby. Chambolot for 3. Well, he asked the question of Bolden, are you going to come out to confront me on the perimeter? Bolden backed off, and Chambolot made him pay. Syria from 21 down are within 8 and still 5 minutes plus to play. Bolden backing in, wants payback against Chambolot. Misses Chambolot the rebound. Here they come. Full force, flying down the floor, and this time finishing. Omar Dalby. What a comeback this could be for Syria. Timeout Indonesia. There's a long way to go in this one.
Transition point here, that's the problem. After shot, we got fast break in 3 seconds. That's the problem. That's the problem. Stop transition, Hey, nothing special. We are coming in good position there. Just execute. Hey, no panic. Nothing happened. Every shot is open. Every one-on-one is good. Hey, keep playing.
Syria offered real encouragement of a courageous comeback, but you hear the message from Milos Pejic, the Serbian on the Indonesian bench. Don't panic. There's still plenty going right here. They're getting good looks, just not taking them. They lead by 8 with 5 minutes to play. But it looked as good as over. Up by 21 points, Indonesia. Blowing the game open in the 3rd quarter, in which they scored 32 points. But here in the 4th, they've got 1 point in 5 minutes. And Syria have 9 to keep their hopes alive. And Indonesia get that first field goal of the quarter to stop a few nerves jangling. No, they can't. Interception, and that time the exclamation mark on the play from Omar Dalby. Soaring and scoring, and Syria with a scorching comeback. He's looking to replicate the Game 2 performance when he was all over the floor doing everything. Dalby racing to the far side, though too late. Shot short, still may have planted fear in the mind of the shooter. And Indonesia have lost their way. It's a 6-point game, flipped inside. Hard-working play on defense, though. That's what you've got to do when the shots aren't falling. Saputera down the floor in a flash, turn around at the elbow. Long possessions might suit Indonesia here. Just to calm the play. Back out, that's nice. Open shot again, this time it counts. Yuda Saputera, the first field goal for Indonesia. Took nearly 6.5 minutes, but it puts them up by 9. And that's after Syria had closed a 21-point deficit down to 6. There is still time, 3.5 to play. Al-Basha, Chambolot, toes on the line, it's a 2 if it goes, but it's too short. And caught up within the corner by Nur. Now they can take the game into the final 3 minutes and try and open up a double-digit lead. And that might be that. Bolden, trapped and fouled. Or is it a travel? It's a travel. Bolden turns it over. He's had a couple of those in this quarter. And even the points drying up for Marquise Bolden. Not scoring in the 4th. And now guilty of 4 turnovers in the game. Final 3 minutes. Al-Basha. They've made it a really exciting finish to this tournament, Syria. Al-Basha, high arcing shot won't go down. Trying to beat the shot blocker, Bolden. It looked like it would drop off the window, but popped out. And now the fine margins in this situation. Syria needs those kind of shots to fall. 2.5, long possession again, Indonesia. 3-point shot, well short. Going to be a shot clock violation, but Syria get it back anyway. Catch and shoot. Looking for the quick score. And it's not going to happen for them unless there's a really remarkable last 2 minutes, because Indonesia will go to the line to try and go back up by double figures. At least they've given these fans plenty to cheer in this fourth quarter, when it could have been a completely wide open lead in Indonesia's favour. It could have been a leave early type of performance. But they've kept them here. Not only kept them here, but had them for the last few minutes on their feet at the Al-FIBA Stadium. The lead for Indonesia. 2 minutes and 8 seconds to play. Saputera with 1 of 2 at the line. Still just 1 field goal in the whole quarter for Indonesia. Just 5 points in total. But Syria's tally of 11, not enough. Chambolot, another shot from that position, way wide. Second chance opportunity, did just graze the left of the rim. And we're just jacking them up now with no success. 100 seconds to play. Down 10 Syria. Ridalbi, if anybody can do it, it's him. Omar Ridalbi, the comeback kid. Takes it down to 7. Worth reiterating the stat line he had in that Game 2 win here. 18 points, 12 rebounds, 7 offensive rebounds, 3 assists, a steal and a block. Most of it coming late on in the game. Bolden finishing the job, surely now for Indonesia. 9 in the lead with 74 seconds to play. Bolden back in business, has 24 points for the game. Syria timeout, 1 final assault on the Indonesian lead.
No foul. Don't let the score down there. Hey, no problem, man. Brandon, get bola. Go. Here. We play here. The ball. Yeah. Put the ball, Maye. Okay.
Everybody rebound. If we miss rebound, locate match up as soon as possible. Okay? Hey, no panic, no panic, no panic. Come on.
At the start of this tournament, it looked like it was going to be ultra competitive. Lots of close games, lots of teams in contention for top spots. All with reasons to be positive, but lots of double-digit wins over the last few days. The last 7 games, in fact, decided by double figures. This is an enjoyable change of game situation at this stage. Syria hoping for 1 final surge. Down 9. Time not on their side, though. Ridalbi down the baseline. You wondered if he was going to throw it down, but then he tried to go under the hoop and missed the shot. Intimidated, perhaps, by Bolden. Final minute of the tournament. Syria set to finish bottom Of their own competition, Indonesia set to end a 3-game losing streak to rise to 2-3. Level with India and Kazakhstan for 3rd place. Saputera gets it back in the corner. Can't hit the 3. Indonesia not hitting anything really in this quarter, but Syria struggling to score as well. Champolat at the line. Can close the gap to 7. If he could hit his foul shots, even still, I'm not sure the time would be there for Syria to make anything of the situation. And what they have done, the hosts, is gone down swinging. Saputera says, catch me if you can. No catching Indonesia now. Bolden, no catching him for the tournament top scorer honours. Good release down the floor. One final score, thrown down by Peterson to finish the tournament in style for Syria, but they will finish it bottom of the group. Indonesia avoid that fate. And we already know that Bahrain are going to next year's Olympic qualifying tournaments as the perfect winners of this competition at 5-0. The final score in the final game, Indonesia 84, Syria 78. Indonesia ending that 3-game losing streak to finish 2-3, led by the 24 points, 11 rebounds and 3 blocks of Bolden, who was 8 of 16 from the field and 8 of 10 at the line. Behind that, they had 16 points, 5 rebounds from Gunter on 5 of 9 shooting from the floor, 14 points, 7 assists, 6 rebounds for Nur on 4 of 7 shooting, 10 points, 8 assists, and 3 steals in the end for Yuda Saputera, who rediscovered a bit of his form. Indonesia appreciating the support of their travelling fans here in Damascus. Well, that brings to an end this pre-Olympic qualifying tournament here in Syria. It's been an historic tournament for this country to host, with all the trouble it's been through. And it's brought a lot of joy to fans here in the capital, particularly the first few games here, when they really did turn up in their numbers. We've seen some superb basketball, and I think we've seen perhaps the start of a new era in Asian zone competition, with Bahrain's young guns firing on all cylinders, graduating to the senior stage and winning all 5 of their games to go and compete on a global level at next year's Olympic qualifying tournaments for the first time. It'll be fascinating to watch what they do at that tournament, and indeed in continental competition in years to come. And if they go on to have success, they can look back at this tournament as the moment it all clicked. As for Syria, in their final game, led by 23 points, 8 assists, 0 turnovers and 4 steals from captain Nadim Issa, who finished with a 30 efficiency rating. Behind him, 17 points for Omar Idalbi, who did his best to spark another miraculous comeback late on. Also had 5 rebounds, 4 assists, a steal and a block. Then they had 11 points from Kemal Chambalot, 6 rebounds and 5 assists as well for the centre. 10 points for Brandon Peterson to to round out 4 scorers in double figures, with Mashid Al-Bashir on 9, not too far behind. Well, from me, Tim James Long, it's been a pleasure having your company for the course of these 6 days. The final score in this one, Indonesia 84, Syria 78. And just to wrap everything up, the final standings: Bahrain top at 5-0. Saudi Arabia second at 3-2. And then Kazakhstan, India and Indonesia tied at 2-3, with Syria bottom at 1-4. Do make sure you tune in for the semi-finals of the 4 other pre-Olympic qualifying tournaments in the Americas, Africa, and of course in Europe tomorrow night. And then the finals on Sunday. We'll see you there.
شوفوا فيك هذا.